Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Haitian Talk. It is Financial Friday once again. Now, my teleprompter died on me, so I have to resort to paper notes today, so bear with me. In today's segment, we're going to talk about credit, what it is, and why we need it. Just to simply define credit, credit is when a person borrows money or something of value from a lender and repays that lender at a later date, usually with interest. Now, many people ask me, is it possible to live a cash only life in the United States? Absolutely. My mother was a cash only person. She never opened a line of credit for 35 years she's been living in the United States, and she has done just fine. However, for the majority of us, having a credit history is in fact necessary, because even if you have, let's say, a reliable income, if you don't have a credit history, lenders don't know who you are, financially speaking. And since they don't know who you are perceived to be something of a risk. So many lenders will, in fact, hesitate extending a line of credit to you. And that could be a big inconvenience. I'll give you one example, something as simple as turning on your utility. Some utility providers might require you to put down a deposit, a couple of $100, just to turn on your utilities. Now, I looked up online. It seems to me that it's illegal to deny you utility service. So these providers will require you to put down a couple of $100. Now, that's a big inconvenience if you don't have the money. And the people with a lack of credit history, a lot of them, they don't really have the money, unless they are the cash only people. Then that may not be a issue for them. I'm going to name a few reasons why having credit history, well, better yet, having a good credit history is important. Number one is interest. Even if a lender decides to extend a line of credit to you, they will make you pay more interest. Now, if you remember, interest is pretty much free money you're giving to the lender for the privilege of borrowing money from them or borrowing something of value from them. So you will pay high interest. And I actually did a few calculations for you guys how much a person can in fact pay in interest. So listen to this. Let's just say, just to give you a quick example, let's just say you have a credit card with a $5,000 balance and your monthly payment is around, let's say, $250, right? A month. Your interest rate is 20%. Now that's pretty high. Let's say for 25 months, you will pay roughly a little over $1,000 in interest. So that means you just gave $1,000 free money to the credit card company just for extending, just for giving you a credit card. So $1,000 free, you just hand it over to your lender. Now, let's use the same numbers again. Let's say $5,000 balance on your credit card, but your interest rate is at 5% as opposed to 20%. Let's say roughly $250 a month payment, same amount, and you're paying $250 for 21 months. You will pay roughly just a couple of $100 in interest. See, at 5% interest rate. This is why having good credit is very important. So you'll be saving roughly $800. That's like, yeah, about $800 difference between $250 and $1,000 interest you would be paying these lenders for the privilege of having their credit cards. Now, the second reason, now this is very important, having credit history or a good credit history will affect where you live. Now, people with bad credit history are limited to the places they can live. And I'm not talking about a mortgage. Mortgage is completely different. I'm talking about just renting an apartment. A lot of landlords require people to release their credit report or give them permission to pull the credit report. And if you have bad credit report, like I said, you are perceived as a risk, or a lack of credit history. You are perceived as a risk to a lender, and landlords are a lender. They are lending you their apartment, right? So you'll be very limited. So if you want to live in a nice city, a safer city, for example, suburban area, these landlords have the tendency to pull people's credit reports more than, let's say, less desirable areas in the city. That's actually the truth. I looked it up. And as a matter of fact, not only did I look it up, I remember back when I was 25 years old, I was denied an apartment, and I did not know anything about credit, guys, because my mother was a cash only type of person. So I didn't know anything about credit or how it was affecting my life. And I was denied an apartment. And when I asked why, she said, well, you don't have credit history. You don't have credit history. I had no idea what she was talking about, but I learned pretty quickly. Let's move on, guys. So the third reason, and this was really shocking to me, and it was around the same time, around 25 years old, I applied for a job, and surprisingly, I was denied because I did not have good credit history. Yeah. So, and it was not a financial services job. It was a concierge job. Concierge. Okay. Concierge is like what, a step up from security, or it's the same thing. I applied for a concierge job. Concierge. I can't even pronounce that word properly. At the, well, a posh hotel in Boston, Massachusetts, and they said nope. And I asked them why, and the person actually told me it's because of my credit history. So I looked this up for you guys just recently. There was a 2016 article published by Career Builder. After conducting a survey, they stated that 72% of employers conduct a background check on all the employees they hire. Now, 29% out of the 72% of those employers admitted that they also check employees' credit report. Now, I didn't know this when I was 25 years old, spending money, charging my credit cards, and paying them late. So yes, so employers do check your credit history as well. And if there are 2 or 3 candidates and one have very bad credit, they are disqualified. Now, if there's 2 left, one have poor credit and the other one have good credit, then even if they have the same degree, same levels of experience, they could actually use your credit history. Given that you have no criminal record, they will actually use your credit history as the decision maker. If you have bad credit history, guess what? You will not get the job, which is kind of a bummer, because around that time when I was 25 years old, I was broke. I needed a job. I applied for the concierge job so I can pay my bills, and they denied me because I did not have good credit history. I did not have a good credit history because I did not have any money to pay my bills. So yeah, it goes full circle. But anyway, this is a quick video, you guys. Next time we are going to talk about what information is on your credit report, who holds that information, and who provides those information.